Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and today we're going to be talking about the Erich Konzept 1. This is a tier 9 German collector medium, and it's a pretty dumb tank. I just took 515 health off that Cobra, and ooh, there goes another 515. Pair that with my Toon Mate, and just like that, a full health Cobra now has 137 hit points. You see, the Erich Konzept 1 is quite the overpowered vehicle. It features a double-shot 500 alpha gun, which is just stupid. I mean, look at this. 440 into the Yag Tiger with a gold round, and I'm going to try and aim it on him again. Unfortunately, my teammate blocks me, but there you go. That makes up for it. Max roll into his side for 600. And that's it. A full healthy Yag Tiger just got cleared by 2 mediums in a matter of 5 seconds. It's a little dumb. I don't really need to even say anything else. It's got a double shot 500 alpha. It has a 5-second interclip. It has surprisingly good DPM and accuracy. It has pretty good levels of penetration. And when you add all that with troll armor and really good mobility, I mean, what else do you want? We got a VK-45 here. There you go. That's one shell. That's a quarter of his health gone. My Toon Mate shoots him once. I shoot him once. And just like that, the full health VK-45 is now dead. Unfortunately, so is my Toon Mate, the 183, quickly disposed of him. At this point, I'm already at over 3,000 damage within a minute of my first shot being fired. And, you know, the main reason we're talking about the tank today is because it's actually available for purchase. Right now, you can pick up the Erich Konzept 1 for about 25, 30 US dollars, depending on if you buy it on the website or the in-game store. And obviously, whatever country you live in, it'll be depending on that currency. There you go, full health bat chat. Now 800 health. And all I'm going to do is I see he's going to YOLO me because he's obviously mad I just ruined his game. So I'm just going to put on speed boost and drive away. And as I said, this thing's quick. Like, that's a bat chat and it's literally struggling to keep up with me. I'm out accelerating the bat chat. Like, this thing is no joke in terms of its mobility. And boom, there you go. Another 486 damage. That puts me up to 4,624. Well, let's see. Maybe I can hit the bat chat. No, not able to hit that. All right, well, they only have 2 tanks left. They have the Minnow, which has 9 health, and they have a 183, who is going to be rushed by the 50B. And he does get penned, but it doesn't really matter, as the 50B takes him out of the game. Okay, well, I'm just going to splash the Minnow for 9 damage, doesn't really matter. But there you go. I mean, that was such an easy battle, and it didn't even feel like I was fighting tier 10s, yet I completely dominated them. They literally did not stand a chance at all. So there you go, 4,600, and that is probably, yeah, not even an ace, because, again, it's a pretty dumb vehicle. We're going to take a look at one more game here. This one's from Stupid Rock in the Void Clan. I didn't have another game in the vehicle, and I don't know, I was lazy or something, so we're going to be looking at a very, very high damage replay in the Erich today. This is actually the battle that allowed this player to get their 3rd mark as well, so pretty big win. Now we can see in this situation, it's up against tier 8s. A lot of the time you play in the Erich, it does feel like you're fighting tier 10s more than you're fighting tier 8s. And the simple reason why is because, well, I think Wargaming has overpowered tanks fight tier 10s more often. I think that's just like a little hidden multiplier. But either way, let's see what he can do. Gonna make his way into the front line to begin with. And there you go, got a T-44. I have no clue what that T-44 is doing, but it's actually a harder shot than you'd think to hit that. I didn't even know you could get up there. I mean, that's a weird spot. How did he... Wait, let me see this. One sec, guys. We're gonna unravel the mystery. I'm assuming he drove up this hill right here. I guess he did. I didn't even know that was like a spot you could go up to. Interesting. I don't know how effective of a spot it is, though, because you don't really have much gun depression you can use there. But I don't know. I'll have to test that out in the future, especially in something like a Grill 15. That could actually be a decent position. The more you know. from a no camo, most likely 40%er. Well, there's a T92E1, and that was definitely a bit of an interesting shot, but I'm not sure how it didn't pen. Yeah, definitely a weird flick there. But second shell, pens. Pretty lucky that you didn't get hit. Some very, very aggressive plays. But 2 shots, even without the first one penning, still dealing 840 damage. And, like, the thing that's crazy about the Erich is, you'll notice the reload isn't that long. I mean, that's only 20 seconds, and then you're reloaded, and you're able to deal another 1,000 damage. So there you go. 526 off of the enemy AT-1, so now we drive behind him. We get a second shell. There you go. Full health tank. Gone. Full health. Tier 8 tank destroyer. Deleted. Obviously got some high rolls and everything, but like, still, that's just so stupid. Why does this tank exist, Wargaming? I would have been totally fine if this thing had like a 600 alpha single shot, but giving it a double shot is just, it's really silly. And, you know, you might think, oh, well, Droodle's, it's balanced because the intro clip is long, but it's really not. I mean, what is the intro clip of the Emil 2? It's got a 3-second intro clip, and it can deal 1200 damage in 6 seconds of time. This tank with a 5-second intro clip means that you don't have a third shell to shoot. So in other words, you're dealing 1000 damage in 5 seconds of time versus the 6 seconds it takes an Emil 2 to dump its damage. So the point being, you're not actually taking any longer to deal the 1000 damage in this tank as you are in any other auto-loader or auto-reloader. And because of that, I really don't see where this tank is worse off. I mean, look at a Samwa SM. That vehicle has a 3-shell, 3-second intro clip, if I'm not mistaken. Even if it was 2.5 seconds, it's dealing about 1000 damage a clip. This tank, with its 5-second intro clip, with only 2 shells, is dealing just about the same damage. The point being, yeah, it's a little silly. There you go, 2 shots into the enemy, object 252, and that player is now halved on their health and less than 1000 hit points, meaning 1 more penning clip, and they're dead. Now, what I find interesting is why this player drove this way. If I were the Erich, I would have just pushed the 252 and taken him out of the game, instead of allowing that 252 to rush the Skoda. Definitely an interesting play there, but alright, we'll see. Now you're starting to push the 252, aiming it on the rear, and... Alright, nice. 522. And 3, 2, 1. Boom, there you go. Full health, 252, taken out, 4 shots. And now you just drive away and reload again. So at this point, it is a 2 versus 2. However, the Conway not doing all too great. Our Erich is already up to 2,000 or 4,000 damage here, and there's still 2,000 hit points left on the Tornvon, so this is a potentially winnable game. Personally, I probably would have stopped to shoot at that Tornvon, because that player is a much bigger threat than the Chisei, but let's see. Where did the Chisei go? Most likely the way you're looking. Indeed they did. A nice shot. Also the right decision to start reloading the clip immediately. The good news is, because that Tornvon's full health, they very clearly have not been super active, which means that you have the base cap advantage. You also know where the Tornvon is. Best play to make right now is to stop that Tornvon from getting base cap, because if you already have 2 bases captured and you just play Ring Around the Rosie, that player's kind of screwed. But there you go. Nice 480 into his lower plate. Poking this again would definitely be a bit risky, but the Tornvon's driving towards him, and there you go. That's half of the Tornvon gone. The guy only has 900 health left, which means that if our player in the Erich just pens 2 more shots, that player's out of the game. And you have a potential of dealing almost 7,000 damage, right? Because 5,800 plus 900 would be just about 6,700 damage. 6-7? Either way, it's a lot of potential damage. The right play is to obviously try and catch this Tornvon out in the open, and poking this corner here is not a bad position to go to, but you got to do it pretty quickly, because the last thing you want is for him to be facing you. But there you go. Ooh, it's a 50-50. If you pen the shot and you average roll, you'll kill him. If you low roll, the game screwed you over. Let's find out. Nice, you get an average roll. Clear the Tornvon, and that is 6,762 damage. An absolutely crazy amount of damage, but an absolutely crazy tank. I do not believe that if this player was in any other tank, they would have won this battle. This is just why the Erich is such an incredibly stupid and unfair vehicle. But for the low price of $30 US, you can get your hands on this tank. It's an expensive price tag, but if you're looking for a vehicle that is really good and you're not going to have to worry about, this is definitely one for the books. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you want to see more in the future, make sure to smash that subscribe button. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.